Good morning, Asheville. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living. 1, 2, 3.
In the name of love, with a heart of grace, overflow in us, decorate this place. As it is below, so it is above. May we always stand in the name of love. When the veil is gone, there's only one of us, only one. In the name of love. When the day is done, we will sing this song all as one. In the name of love. In the name of love, may we always be seeking out the best till we all are free. Living in a world we've been dreaming of, where we stand as one in the name of love. When the veil is gone, there's only one of us, only one in the name of love. When the day is done, we will sing this song all as one in the name of love. 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 When the veil is gone, there's only one of us, only one. In the name of love. When the day is done, we will sing this song all as one. In the name of love. Oh, when the veil is gone, there's only one of us, only one. In the name of love. When the day is done, we will sing this song all as one. In the name of love. In the name of love. In the name of love. Oh, in the name of love. In the name of love. Ooh. In the name of love. In the name of love. In the name of love. In the name of love.
Good morning, CSL Asheville. How is everyone today? Oh, it's springtime. We don't mind. All right. I just want to welcome all of those who are watching us online. Thank you for joining in our celebration, and we are happy that you're joining. I'd like to just ask if there's anyone in the room today for the very first time. Is there anyone here who's never been here before? Anyone yet? Not today. Not yet. All right. Not yet. All right. It's early. All right. Thank you. And if you would just take this moment to take out your cell phones and make sure they are silent, you are welcome to take pictures and videos of our celebration and share it online. But please make it silent. Thank you. Spiritual principles of the Velveteen Rabbit. What? Reverend Suzi will be telling you all about it in her talk today, so stay tuned. Okay, and today at 1 o'clock, we have the Serenity Sound Bath with Kristen. Is Kristen Hilligus in the room? There she is. There she is. So that will be at 1 p.m. in the Kids Club upstairs. Please join if you want to be imbued with the sounds. All right, the next we have the 4 agreements. Michelle Laub, our practitioner, is coming up. Michelle? Come on up here. Michelle will be teaching a class.
Thank you. So, I'm teaching the 4 agreements because it's been the core of my life since 1997 when I read the book. And it was life-changing for me, and life-changing, obviously, for others who are applauding the book that I did not write, but that I studied for 7 years. It's not going to take you that long because I have a shortcut. With 40 people, 1 weekend a month. And during that period of time, I shifted from a person who was suffering, negative, in pain because there was still war. And I thought by the time I got to be that age that there would be no more war. Well, it's not happened yet, but we're on the way. Yes, so this class is a 5-week study class because my belief is that it will take you 5 weeks to really put into your being the wisdom of the 4 agreements. The 4 agreements are: be impeccable with your word, don't take anything personally, don't make assumptions, hard one, and always do your best. And by the time we finish this 5-week series, you will understand where the 4 agreements came from, how they were celebrated for over 800 years by the Toltecs, artists of the spirit in Mexico, who built the pyramid city of Teotihuacan, which translates to the place where man becomes God. Personally, when I came here to the Center for Spiritual Living by myself, having moved to Asheville, knowing no one but my realtor, I was able to find a place where people practice this way of being. Ernest Holmes and Don Miguel Ruiz, the author of the 4 agreements, say a lot of the same things in different language. And so I resonated with being here. The class is 5 weeks. It starts Monday, that's tomorrow. What we may decide to do is to not take a break tomorrow and leave before the sun sets, at least close to that. And then it's nice enough that the time changes for our next class, so we don't have to do that again. So please sign up if you haven't already done so. If you can't sign up today, just come. No one is going to be turned away for lack of funds ever in this center. And in my class, that is absolutely the way it will be. I look forward to helping you create a life of deepened awareness where you live your purpose and enjoy your life. That is what the 4 agreements will give you. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. All right, for anyone who likes to sing, there is the One Voice Community Choir that meets here on Tuesday nights from 5 to 7. You don't have to be a member of the center. It's for anyone in the community, so bring your friends that like to sing and enjoy singing together in harmony. All right, Reverend Suzi.
Hey, everybody. Are you out there? Yeah. Okay. There's a little puny there. I'm doing a workshop called Fear to Faith, Moving from Fear to Faith. That's going to be happening on March 24th, and you're going to hear more about why that's important that we're doing it now, because we want to move through anything that keeps us from being fully who we truly are, our most real and authentic selves. And so I will take you through this process on March 24th. It's a workshop. Depending on the number of people, it'll either be 90 minutes or 2 hours. I'm asking for a value-based donation of $15 or more. No one will be turned away, however. So some of you will pay more, some of you will pay less, some of you won't pay at all, but we're all going to have fun because guess what? You get to color. You get to color. So I'm going to ask that you bring 3 highlighters, pink, blue, and yellow. See you there with your highlighters to color, and your life will change, I guarantee it. Thanks.
Thank you, Reverend Suzi. Well, guess what? Next week, spring forward. Be sure and set your clocks ahead 1 hour when you go to bed. All right, I believe this is my turn. Reverend Suzi has asked those of us who attended the conference last week in Isle of Palms, South Carolina, at the beach, and she's asked us to share some of our thoughts. So I want to just take a moment to say it was so inspiring and uplifting to be in a room of like-minded people who were sharing thoughts about Centers for Spiritual Living and about our teaching. And the most unique thing for me was being in a room with so much diversity. The theme for that conference was specifically on DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. And that's what was talked about from all the speakers on the stage and also in many of the breakouts. It was inspiring, it was uplifting, it was eye-opening, and it was a call for all of us to deepen our own understanding, acceptance, and releasing judgment about things we don't understand or see in other people. So it's calling us to live the teachings that we say we believe. There is all of the filming for the general sessions is on YouTube. You can find it, and I encourage you to go and watch it. It was really wonderful. Even though you don't have the experience of being in the room, the speakers were really empowering. Look for 2024 Spiritual Living Convention on YouTube. And practitioner of the day today is Devon Embler. She is a practitioner emeritus. That means she's been a practitioner a long time, over 20 years. So she is honored for that today. I'd like to just remind you to check out our website for the other inspiring things that we do here at the center. And also thank you to the hearts and hands of all those who make this place a special place. I'll now light the candle that represents the eternal flame that lights within each of us. The bowls will align us, and the tinctures call us to be present.
Teach me your words in your cadence and rhyme. O Lord of beauty, Lord of art, who gives a song for every heart, carve out my life, reshape and mold, and be the artist of my soul. Teach me your words in your cadence and rhyme. O Lord of beauty, Lord of art, who gives a song for every heart, carve out my life, reshape and mold, and be the artist of my soul. Carve out my life, reshape and mold, and be the artist of my soul.
Thank you, Blair and David. And thank you, Dee, for giving birth to that. I love that song. Carve out my life, reshape and mold, and be the artist of my soul. Speaking of someone who spent the first half of her life being quite unreal, I highly recommend that you let Spirit carve out your life and reshape and mold you so that you can be real and be who you've come here to be. So before I get started and explain all these bunnies, I just want to say I can hardly believe that it was just a week ago that we had quite a fantastic weekend here. And I want to, it was a good weekend. And I just want to thank everybody for, you've made me feel so welcome here since the day I arrived. And last Friday night was kind of the cherry on top, I guess. I got an opportunity to bring friends that have been a part of my life for many, many years together with you who are now my family, my tribe. And it just filled me up to overflowing, and I can't thank you enough for being so good to me. You are so good to me, and I really appreciate that. The other thing I want to thank you for is that I had said from the get-go when we were going to do this formal installation of us getting married, I said, let's make it a fundraiser. And you know what? We did. We brought in $2,800 for that event. And we kept the expenses down considerably. And so we're going to net about $2,000 from that fundraiser. So thank you all for doing that. It's great. And we had a great week. It didn't stop there. We had a great time on Sunday. I think we had an important conversation. It was a little bit different kind of service, and it was an important conversation, and certainly Celeste alluded to that. Our whole organization is about that, really looking at diversity and what we can do to make it more real. And then we had Eddie Watkins Jr. in the afternoon. I mean, it just doesn't get much better than that. So it was a great weekend, and many more to come, I'm sure, for various reasons. So now I must explain myself. Our theme for the month of March, going all the way into Easter, is Get Real, the Spiritual Principles of the Velveteen Rabbit. Now, I don't know about you, if you've discovered this or not, but many of the children's stories that we read or were read to us actually turned out to be more than children's stories. They bear rereading and re-investigating, re-exploring in adulthood, because there's a lot in there for us as adults to live into. And I think the seeds were planted in childhood, and we're supposed to harvest them now. And so what we're going to be doing, I thought it would be a fun and easy way for us to get started on outreach, because we talked about that early on, and people said, yeah, we're interested in doing outreach in the greater community. So what we're doing is we're collecting stuffed rabbits, as you can see, and they're already starting to multiply, and we're just getting started. You may want to reserve one of your seats, because pretty soon a bunny is probably going to be in it. So what we're doing is collecting all of these stuffed animals, and they don't all have to be bunnies, but the majority of them appear to be. And what we'll be doing on Easter Sunday is that all of these animals, like in the Velveteen Rabbit, will become real on Easter Sunday morning. And they will leap into the arms of children who need love. We will be donating them on Monday after Easter to TIP, which is trauma intervention, the trauma intervention program. And experts, professionals go to families who have children who are suffering some sort of trauma or a dramatic thing in their lives, and they always like to take something like a stuffed animal for the child to hold and hug and love and to be loved. So we're going to fill those. We're going to fill the stage, we're going to fill the empty chairs, and we're going to love up all of these stuffed animals so that they do indeed become real on Easter Sunday morning. And my great hope, my great prayer is that all of us will become real on Easter Sunday morning as well. So who wants to be real? If you didn't raise your hand, please see me after school, because we got to be real. So I'm going to give you, for those of you who haven't read the Velveteen Rabbit in a while, and those of you who never got it read to you, I'm going to get you up to speed on the story. And spoiler alert, I'm going to tell you the end. And then we're going to go back during March and do some flashbacks. But I just wanted you to see, well, I'll show you that in a minute. The Velveteen Rabbit, okay, star of the show, right? And I've got another person I'm going to introduce you to in a minute as well. So the background of the Velveteen Rabbit is it was written by a woman named Marjorie Williams, and it was published in 1922. It's about the life in a little boy's nursery, and the nursery happens to be filled with all kinds of toys and things. The newest arrival to the nursery is a very inexpensive little Velveteen Rabbit. We'll put him here so he can be seen. There he is. Okay. So he arrives, and he immediately starts to feel insecure. Anybody ever felt insecure when you went into a new situation? Yeah, we've all probably been there. So he feels very insecure because he gets snubbed by the other very expensive wind-up toys. Anybody ever been snubbed? Yeah. So the little Velveteen Rabbit longs to fit in, and he hopes that at some point he'll become special to the little boy. Now later, the Velveteen Rabbit is chosen to comfort the little boy as he makes his way through a very serious bout of scarlet fever. And so during that process of healing from scarlet fever, the Velveteen Rabbit and the little boy share a very transformative, or a number of transformative experiences, and they do indeed deepen their relationship and become special to one another. And ultimately, the Velveteen Rabbit transforms from being a toy to what the skin horse calls real. And we have a skin horse. Here we go. So we've got the skin horse as well. Now, Tony Rayton D'Antonio wrote, "Real is what happens when you become your true self, not a contrived, shiny, pretend thing, and you are loved despite and maybe even because of your imperfections. Now, I'm here to tell you that I am who I am today, and I happen to like who I am today. I haven't always. I am who I am today, not in spite of the mistakes and the flaws of me, but rather because of them. I have been polished by some of those mistakes and flaws into the glowing magnificence you see before you today. I wasn't always this good looking. So I'm like a fine wine, aging well. Now, another thing that you might be familiar with, you know how when you hang a crystal in a window and the sun shines through and it makes these dancing colored prisms of light all around? It's not the perfection of the crystal, it's the flaws that make the dancing colored light. So let's have a shout out for flaws. Yay! Yay! Let's love our flaws. Oh, and I wanted to show you one other picture. You can't really see it very well, but I'll describe it to you. Here's the skin horse, and here's the little velveteen rabbit. You can come look at this later if you want. They're very cute, but neither of them are wind-up toys. Neither of them make noise or buzz around, so they get snubbed by the fancy toys. So, the velveteen rabbit and we, all of us, hope to be loved and valued for who we truly are, for the real us, right? So, real means that we're being authentic, that we're being true to who we are, that we accept ourselves and we express who it is that we're accepting. And we find peace and fulfillment and love when we do that. It's when we're fake or making up some sort of persona that we begin to realize that we're not really getting the love. We're not really getting that feeling of being fully who we are if we're being somebody else all the time. As I mentioned, I spent like half my life being somebody else. And finally, I was several somebody else's. I probably should have been locked up somewhere. But, I finally realized it was a whole lot easier just to be one person and to be who I truly am. It's easier to keep track of. So I highly recommend it. It's too complicated the other way. So it's important to be real. Be real. It's just simply being authentic, being our true selves. What is real? Asked the rabbit one day. Does it mean having things that buzz inside you and a stick-out handle? Real isn't how you are made, said the skin horse. It's a thing that happens to you. When a child loves you for a long time, really loves you, then you become real. Does it hurt? Sometimes, said the skin horse, for he was always truthful. When you're real, you don't mind being hurt. Generally, by the time you're real, most of your hair has been loved off, and your eyes drop out, and you get loose in the joints and very shabby. But those things don't matter at all, because once you are real, you can't be ugly except to those who don't understand. It's good to know. I want to share something personal. When my dad was dying, he looked old and frail, and he'd lost most of his hair, and his body and his voice were weak. And one of the last times I went to visit him before he died, he asked me to drive him around so that he could see several of his friends and say goodbye. And everywhere we went, people lit up when they saw him coming. And then it turned out, I discovered, that what he really wanted to do was not so much to say goodbye to people. He wanted people to meet me. And one of the last things my dad said to me, it's the greatest gift I've ever gotten. He said, I'm so proud of all the things you've done, but most of all, I'm proud of who you've become. Because I was becoming real. And after my father died, at his celebration service, dozens of people stood up and talked about who my dad really was. They didn't talk about what he'd done. They talked about who he really was. And I got to see my dad for real, not his career or the image I had of him or the possessions he'd acquired or the withering body that was leaving him. I saw a real person who touched my life in really powerful ways and touched many other lives because he was real. He was a good lesson to me, a good model for me about becoming real. In the end, here comes the spoiler alert. In the end of the Velveteen Rabbit story, the Velveteen Rabbit also becomes real. He is completely loyal and loves and stays with the little boy all through his bout with scarlet fever, never left his side. Well, the little boy recovered from scarlet fever, but then the doctor insisted that all of the bedding that the little boy had been in and the little Velveteen Rabbit that he'd held on to all of that time had to be destroyed because they were filled with germs. And so while the little Velveteen Rabbit lies in the yard waiting to be burned, something happened. While he was waiting, the little Velveteen Rabbit transforms from a toy to real. And not only to the little boy who knew he was real all along, but to everyone. Everyone saw that he was real. And the skin horse remarked, being real transforms us. And I would add to that it transforms us back into who we truly are, not into somebody else, but to who we truly are and who we've been birthed to be. The Velveteen Rabbit, then, now that he's real, at the very end of the story, hops off to live with all of his other little real rabbit friends. You should be saying, "Aw," at this point. Aw. Aw. So the Velveteen Rabbit, like many of us, really wanted to be real. But like many of us, he continually compared himself to the other snooty toys. And we often are given the opportunity to choose to become real, or we can create an unreal copy of others and try to be that. I've tried it. It does not work. So don't even bother, okay? I've done that, been there, doesn't work. Don't do it. You know, we all have a lot of pressure to conform to what others' opinions and expectations of us are. And many of us succumb to that, at least for a while. Many of us tend to focus on do and have rather than be. And we abandon our authentic and real self in order to do all that conforming, in order to live up to other people's opinions and ideas for us rather than our own or Spirit's intention in creating us in the first place. Now, the Velveteen Rabbit believed in real because he saw the skin horse. He knew the skin horse was real, and he wanted to be real like that. And so he worked really hard to allow his real and authentic self to come out, to move through that process of transformation. He learned to recognize real in himself and in others. He saw it in the little boy. He saw it in the skin horse. And he learned that becoming real is indeed possible, and that it's also a process, and that it makes life way more fulfilling when we're real. We must also learn that connection between our thoughts and our feelings and our beliefs and our behaviors and get them in alignment so that we too can experience and express being real. How many of you ever felt like you've experienced being real, being your real and authentic self? Doesn't it feel darn good? Yeah, it feels really good. Wouldn't you want to feel that way like most of the time? All the time? Yeah. But we get distracted. And Michelle's going to talk a lot about that in her class. She's going to tell you why you get in the ditch and how to get out and be real. So, you know, we have the power to shape our life, based on our awakened consciousness so that we can get real. So Velveteen principle number 1, spiritual principle number 1 from the Velveteen Rabbit. Real is possible because with God, all things are possible. All things are possible. Real is already within us. It's already in there. We don't have to put it in there. It's already there. We might have to peel some layers off to uncover it. And we will experience being real to the degree that we become conscious of our realness. So, first thing, start getting conscious. Don't live your life asleep at the wheel. Here's a good thing, and we just happen to have some role models in the back row there. Watch kids. Watch kids. They're real until they get pressured by society or culture or school or church or somebody to conform and be unreal. Kids start out real. We started out real. And then we got unreal. Stop it. See, there they are. We got some real folks back there. Yeah. So pay attention. Pay attention when you feel the discomfort of being a square peg in a round hole. That's important information for you because it means you're trying to be unreal. Get in your own square space or round space. Be who you are, where you belong. You know, awaken yourself, get conscious to find the key to yourself is within. It's been there all along. Never went anywhere. It's in there. Transformation then begins to happen. You start to become your real self, experiencing it and expressing it. You know, explore what you value most. What are your passions? What are your hopes? What are your dreams? What is your calling? What is Spirit calling you to? What are you supposed to be expressing in this life as a real person? And what's holding you back? Kick it out of the way and start being real. Start living your passions and your dreams, your calling. Honor your own special gifts. You've been given all kinds of gifts by Spirit itself. Honor the things that interest you, those yearnings, because they're all coming from the real you deep inside, saying, hey, pay attention over here. Hey, pay attention to this. Hey, give some energy to this thing. Real is possible for every single one of us. Once we discover the value of being real, just like the Velveteen Rabbit, we can't help but be real. Explore your heart and your mind and really develop those qualities and abilities that allow us to live our lives by design, by our real design, not by something designed for us by somebody else. Be this. You have no idea the list of things I was going to be before I finally figured it out. You know, I knew as a kid this big that I wanted to be a priest. Close enough. Close enough. I was actually ordained in what used to be a Catholic cathedral, so even closer, you know, so there. I knew as a tiny kid, but then that got pushed out of me, and I got a whole list of the things that I was going to become, none of which sang to my soul. Ministry sings to my soul. I finally made it. Finally made it. This is real. This is the real me. My life, by design, by God's design, in partnership with me. So, Velveteen spiritual principle number 2. Real is a process. It's a process. Transformation is a process. The Velveteen Rabbit and we need to go through a process of transformation to get to that place where we're real a good deal or most of the time. Does it happen all at once, like being wound up, the rabbit asked, or does it happen bit by bit? It doesn't happen all at once, said the skin horse. You become. It takes a long time. That's why it doesn't happen to people who break easily or have sharp edges or who have to be carefully kept. take some time for us to go deep within and allow what's deepest and most authentic and real in us to come out. You know, wind-up toys, all those wind-up toys and fancy toys in the nursery, they were very impressive at first, but they need a lot of constant winding and outside help, and they break easily. You know, the skin horse taught that becoming real is a process. It's not an instant gratification thing. And yet, when it happens, it's like a flash. And you're like, whoa, you get it. So what we can do to help us to become real is to cultivate the qualities of being that most resonate with our own soul so that we can grow and evolve and refine who we authentically are. The skin horse, poor little skin horse, was loved for so long and so hard and allowed that to be so that all of his hair was rubbed off. That's why they call him the skin horse. No fur, no hair. But the skin horse was secure, and he was content, and he was happy because he was the presence of love, and he felt the presence of love. And the Velveteen Rabbit looked at that, and he said, I want that too. That's the kind of real I want to be. And there are ways that we, like the Velveteen Rabbit, can navigate those possibilities and the process of becoming real if we're not already there. And I happen to believe we can always continue to get a little more real. Because sometimes, I don't know about you guys, but I slip sometimes. I slip backward sometimes and get a little unreal. And I have to remind myself, this isn't me. The real me needs to come from within outward. It's never outward inward, or out in. It's inside out. That's what I'm trying to say. So there are things that we can do to help that process along. We can identify and apply and live by our core values. What do you value most? Well, live like you believe that those are valuable. Develop close and honest and open and loving relationships. That's powerful in helping us to be real and stay real. Work and or volunteer at things that matter to you and that make a difference to others. You know? Play with creativity. Try new things. Try something you've never done before. Try something that's been yearning inside of you to be able to come out and be expressed. Teach and serve and care for and nurture others so that they too could go through the process of evolving and transforming and becoming real and authentic. If we do that for each other, then we all move more quickly into becoming real. You know, real life is not a never-ending series of achievements and acquisitions. Those things only bring us temporary excitement. Real requires that we share who we truly are, our authentic and fully present self. To share that, we were given the gift of self not to keep to ourselves, but rather to share as openly and widely as possible. Real is a satisfying and fulfilling life. It's an evolutionary process. Ernest Holmes, our founder, said that evolution is ever forward, that we're constantly moving through that process of evolution and transformation, becoming more and more and more of who we truly are. We transcend, taking what was before with us and adding to it and becoming more and more and more real and authentic. That's who we are. That's why we're here, to become that so that we become not only a gift to ourselves, but a gift to each other. Learning and evolving and developing and transforming and growing and deepening. It leads us to long-term fulfillment and a legacy that lives beyond us. We leave a legacy that does good beyond the time that we're on this planet. And here's the thing. The possibility and the process of becoming real is its own reward. That's the prize at the end. It is its own reward. The process and that possibility and the realization that we are real is the reward. That's the gift. So I'm going to invite you to close your eyes, if that feels comfortable. Otherwise, a soft focus on one of the bunnies or the candle. And just take a deep breath in, and then release that breath fully. And continue to breathe in deeply and exhale fully. And just allow that breath, that inspiration, the in-breath of spirit to fill you, to open your heart as you breathe out. Breathe in and experience real. And exhale fully and express real. So let's just take a moment to go within to the deepest part of yourself. And imagine, if you will, the possibilities that exist for you in your life as you open up to become and to be and to fully express being real, being who you've come here to be. Just take a moment in the silence and imagine all the things that are possible, all the things that are yearning within you, all the dreams and hopes that pull you forward, the vision of spirit calling you forth to becoming more real than you even are now. What are those possibilities that call you? Now imagine yourself standing right where you are right now and looking out toward those possibilities that are calling, that are beckoning you. And now begin to imagine the process that it will take for you to travel from here to that possibility. See yourself, feel yourself moving through the process of becoming more and more real as you move from here into the possibilities that beckon you forth. See yourself moving closer and closer to those possibilities. Knowing that with spirit, all things are possible. Imagine spirit calling you into those possibilities and walking with you into those possibilities. Imagine the feeling as you embrace and embody and become those possibilities because you are real. And feel what it feels like to be real, to be filled to overflowing with possibility and goodness, love, peace, harmony, wholeness, everything good that you can imagine. And just allow yourself to get real, to be real, to be authentic, to experience it, to express it, to embrace, embody, and become each possibility that you imagine. Fulfilled. Perfect. Know that you can take that journey from here into possibility anytime you choose. And get real. When you're ready, begin to bring your attention and awareness back to this time and space. And very gently when you're ready, open your eyes and be here now. Blessings on your journey of getting real. And begin by believing that real is possible. And then begin the process of discovering and becoming who it is that you've come here to be. Together we say, and so it is.
All right. Come on.
You believe it? Yes. Okay. Good. Otherwise, we'd have to stay for another hour. Okay. So this is our opportunity. I'm going to ask our prosperity acceptors to get ready with your baskets. This is our opportunity to remind ourselves and each other that we live in an abundant universe with a generous God. And so we are abundantly gifted. And because we are blessed, we become a blessing. And so I'm going to ask that you, and you know what? We forgot to welcome you guys that are online, I think. So those of you that are watching us by live stream, not only welcome, but guess what? You can be part of this divine circulation of abundance as well. Click the button and give what you feel moved to give. And I guarantee that it will come back to you magnified. So those of you who are in the room, if you have a gift that you're placing in the basket, please hold it to your heart. If you've already sent your money in or whatever you're doing, at least wave your hand over the basket when it comes by so that you can be part of this divine circulation as well and offer blessing and prayer. And so I'm going to ask you to hold either metaphorically or for real, whatever it is you're putting in the basket, and infuse it with all of the qualities and attributes of spirit that most resonate with your soul. Love, presence, harmony, peace, wholeness, possibility, whatever it may be for you. Infuse your gift with those qualities and know that that will travel with the gift and it will collect more of the same so that when it gets to other people, it will bless them magnificently. So let's know that that is done. And so I invite our prosperity acceptors forward, please. And we have an affirmation. We're going to say that together. Ready? Divine love blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive abundantly.
God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Love is my source. Love is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Joy is my source. Joy is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need. Peace is my source. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Peace gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need.
Everything we need right here, because we are abundantly resourced by the source itself. And so we give thanks for all the blessings that come to us individually and collectively so that we might share these blessings and make life better for all of us for there is only one of us. And for this we are truly grateful. And together we say, and so it is. Amen. So, I'm going to ask one more time. Are there any persons here for the first time? Anyone here for the first time? Because sometimes people get here a little late. Aha, see, I knew it. So we are very happy to have you with us here for the first time. We hope to see you again. They're giving you a little blue card, and we invite you to fill that out so that we can get to know each other a little bit better, and mainly so that we can inform you of special things that go on here, because we have a lot of things besides Sunday that happen, and we want you to know all about that. When you go back out to the lobby, they will have another little gift for you. So thank you. Let's celebrate a guest. Okay, and now we have an opportunity to bless the kids. Come on down, or up, whatever direction this is. Come on. Come over here. Let's come over here. This is real. Right here, you're looking at real.
I hope so.
I hope so.
I really hope so.
Yeah, stay that way, okay? You guys stay real. All right, let's bless these real kids. We love you. We bless you. And we know you are perfect. And we're extending that to all of the kids inside of you and all the kids all over the world, because they really need that blessing. Kids all over the world need that blessing, right? So we hold them. We hold them. I want to welcome our practitioners forward, please. Practitioners are people who have studied for a number of years to perfect the use of the creative process through the power of affirmative prayer, or what we call spiritual mind treatment. I'm going to ask you all to come right here by the steps so they can see you at home as well. That means get close to one another. You won't bite, I'm pretty sure. You might, I don't know. So look at all these guys. Isn't this wonderful? Aren't we blessed? Yeah. So they're here and available to you after the service to do a prayer with and for you to know a greater possibility of real in your life. And so they can also make private appointments with you for a longer session. But we've thanked them for their service. We appreciate their service to this community. It keeps us real, actually. And so please partake of the service that they offer. Come up and ask for prayer. Okay. And then finally, let's just say one last good word. And that good word is that as each of us becomes our true and most authentic self, we become real. We become that which we have come here to be. We fully experience and express that, and it is a gift not only to us, but a gift to the world as we do it. And so I know that each one of us is emerging and evolving into more realness, more authenticity, more of the expression of spirit that we are, individually, uniquely, powerfully. And for this realization of the truth, I am eternally grateful. And together we say, and so it is. Amen. And so our March affirmation, one other thing I'm just going to say, the class that I'm doing, Moving from Fear to Faith, I'm going to have sign-up sheets out in the lobby and in the social hall, and it will help us all to become real on Easter Sunday morning, if not before. All right? So join me. You get to color. Come on, guys. You get to color in this class. So let's affirm in March, I get real when I am the place where love shows up. Amen.